PSS defeated the Northeast Comprehensive School in the playoff match to qualify for the finals. And so as I call on the teams, you make your way to the court facing south. Natalia Daway, number 6. Monique Edwards, number 8. Dalicia Julian, number 5. Denisha Dublin, number 1. And Aisha John Baptist. And your substitutes this afternoon are Tanya Timothy, number 7. Nalia George, number 3. Amelia Bruno, number 2. Danora Dejean, number 77. Kadia Thomas, number 25. And Alian Toussaint, number 9. And the final player, Liana Joseph, number 10. And our players from the Portsmouth Secondary School, Timisia PLW, number 22. Chastity Barron, number 11. Talitha Stewart, number 13. Nisha Remy, number 14. And Limaya Ford, completing the starting 5, number 21. And our substitutes, Maricia Andrews, number 12. Ria Paul, number 15. Mika Barron, number 16. Kerna Aaron, number 19. Shanella John Hope, number 20. Tamisha Joseph, number 18. And Nalima Brumant, number 17. And Shante Thomas. Ladies and gentlemen, our defending champions, PSS, and the 2025 regular season champs, CHS, facing off in this afternoon's final. And heading the team of officials today is none other than Mr. Gary Benjamin, our crew chief, Mr. Yawani Regis, umpire 1, and Mr. Reginald Thomas, umpire 2. And to our friends, we want to ask you to stand as we sing along to the songs of our national anthem, I Love Beauty, I Love Splendor. Okay, and let us just pray. Father in heaven, we thank you for this opportunity. We thank you for having blessed us with your talents, and as we're about to display it this afternoon, may it shine brightly. But may we see and others see you through us, we pray, in your most holy name. Amen. Okay, let's retreat to our bench areas, and then we will start with the official match. Thank you very much.
All right, so this is DBS Radio, and we're bringing to you live the finals of the sports division secondary schools under 20 girls basketball champions. This is the 4-time defending champions, the Portsmouth Secondary School, up against the Convent High School, who are making a return to this competition, and quite a successful return it's been so far for the Convent High School, and they're into the finals. My name is Gavin Richards. This afternoon I'm joined by Yannick Regis. Yannick, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon to all the viewers and all the listeners. We're here today at a beautiful evening to watch this game. I mean, we have the up-and-coming team, the Convent girls, and they're coming here today in a game that is very much up for grabs.
Very much up for grabs. So, of course, the big talking points this afternoon will be, of course, Lamaya Ford of the Portsmouth Secondary School. Quite a prolific athlete, dominates in every sport that she participates in. I think the only competition that I haven't heard her name featuring in is marble hole. That gives you an idea. So quite an outstanding athlete that Lamaya Ford is, and she will be key for the Portsmouth Secondary School if they're to win their 5th straight title.
Well, Gavin, she's the definition of an all-rounder. She's one of the most talented young players at that level that I've ever seen, really and truly. We're looking forward to seeing her playing healthy today. Last game she wasn't at her best, so this game we're looking forward to see her start and try and finish this game.
Yeah, last game she came in off the bench, had a bit of illness, one would say, and made her impact felt immediately. I mean, the Portsmouth Secondary, they were down in their semi-final match against the Northeast Comprehensive, but as soon as she entered the game, everything just turned around.
Yes, definitely. But today, she'll have her hands filled with a team, the Convent girls, who are well-rounded when it comes to defense. This is a team that has been playing some of the best team basketball I've seen in the tournament. But we have the talents of the Portsmouth team that are very much seasoned. They've been there before, and we expect them to know what to do in a game like this one.
Yeah, Convent High School, really the Cinderella team of this competition. They've not been in the basketball for a number of years, making their first return, or they're returning a long while, I should say, and topping the point standings and earning a trip straight into the finals. Says a lot about CHS and their sporting program.
Definitely. You have to commend the coaches and the whole school for putting forward this team today. And for the whole tournament, they have been on time and they have participated in all of their games. They have not forfeited a game as yet, so that's a great showing by them. But they are going up against a coaching staff who features Mr. Washwe Douglas, who has won a number of championships already, and he's very much seasoned. He's going up against a coach that is very raw. But then again, we have a team versus another team that it's a real toss-up, I must say.
Yeah, I can see Dunstan Maggie Peters working with the Convent High School team. So Maggie knows how to get results. That's one thing about him.
It's his enthusiasm which shines the light on how he brings forward these teams. He brings them with a lot of energy and a lot of passion, and we have to commend him for that.
All right, so just a few moments away from tip-off, the lead referee, the crew chief, Gary Benjamin, and we have the likes of Yowani Regis. Do you know that gentleman, Yowani Regis?
Definitely. It's good to see a young referee putting himself forth and, making himself available.
I can see the sports coordinator, Trevor Shillingford, just making his way across as well. Convent High School with the usual support that they always have whenever the school participates in sporting activities.
That's a great sight to see. We have a lot of young people and some parents, I believe, coming and watch the game and supporting their team, and let's see who wins.
So we'll have tip-off in just some moments. I thought maybe the game would have been delayed as there was a vehicle very close to the court, but we're underway. It's PSS and the CHS.
Delicia has the ball. She's a very much one of the best point guards in the tournament so far.
Lamaya Ford gets the steal already, so
Maya looks to be very much aggressive today.
well, the player thought about the 3-pointer, takes it this time.
That's Nisha.
Well, what we call second chance opportunities, Yannick. You have to box out and try your best to, secure the rebound.
Well, there is a significant size advantage for the Portsmouth girls. They seem to be a little older in terms of age, but also in terms of maturity on the court.
So we can see Portsmouth just trying to move the ball around, trying to find an open player for a shot, but stepped out of bounds, so it's going to be a turnover. And Portsmouth will have it.
Portsmouth seems to be playing man-to-man defense, Gavin. Their aggressive brand of basketball, and their best defender is here today. She missed the last game, that's Nisha. And she will be definitely going to play a big part in the whole game today.
What the man-to-man does, Yannick, is really puts pressure, especially if the other team doesn't have, so many good ball handlers. Another 3-point there.
Maya misses this shot, but definitely she can make it, and I'm expecting her to make a couple today.
So Portsmouth again with the second chance, but Convent High School gets a steal.
Oh, that's a nice move by Denicia. She is one of the most promising players in that tournament, and I'm expecting her to play a big part in today's game.
So that's the first foul of the afternoon to send
that's Denicia on the
Denicia
line.
to the line for 2.
She's also a national under-16 netball player, Gavin.
And a number of the girls are also involved in netball. And that seems to be the genesis or the birthplace, and then they switch over to basketball.
Yeah, that's true. And it's very important that they can be multi-talent athletes, especially when it comes to inter-school, so that they can transition from one sport to the other.
Speaking of the inter-schools, Yannick, I know that you've been coach of the basketball team in the past. It looks like we'll have a jump ball. How are things shaping up for inter-schools? Are we beginning training anytime soon?
Well, we're starting next week, Gavin. I'm excited to see what we can make out of this year. Last year, we were unfortunately unable to participate because of the hurricane.
Yes.
This year, we see a lot of new talents, and we're hoping that we can cultivate this talent into something where we can defend our championship in both men and female.
Yeah, traditionally, Dominica has been very strong in basketball. Always amongst the top 2 teams. So based on what you've seen in the school competition so far with boys and girls, what do you think?
Well, I'm very confident that the girls we can defend our championship. But in terms of the boys, we have to do some work. We're down in terms of size, but it's something we can work on, and we can, get things going before the tournament starts, hopefully.
All right, so Portsmouth looking quite dominant here so far, but Convent High School, some good defense.
Convent's playing a zone, Gavin, and they're forcing PSS to shoot freeze. And they are not making the free so far, which is going to be a tight game. I can tell you it's going to be a real tight game.
Well, still the other way.
Jean-Pierre with the full court layup. That's it. She's one of the best defenders we have in the league so far. And again, she's one of the most aggressive players. And tonight,
so you can see, Yannick, the full court press from the PSS is leading to these loose balls and turnovers. And here we go again with another one. And she took forever to make that pass.
The Convent team doesn't seem to know how to break the press, Gavin. It's causing real issues for them. So the coach might have to call a timeout, to get the girls together, to get them to play with some composure.
As a coach, Yannick, what would be the keys to sort of breaking, that sort of full court press? What sort of adjustments would you make?
One of the main things that you have to spread the court. The court right now is very congested. All the players are close together, and they need to be able to spread the court. Oh, that's a nice shot by Denicia once again, Gavin.
Good. Did she alert the bank that she was making a bank shot?
But can you imagine the scores are tied right now?
tide. Yannick, it's a very hot Friday afternoon.
Very hot, very hot. Beautiful weather so far, Gavin. Hopefully it stays like that.
All right, referee Gary Benjamin. Just a little bit of housekeeping matters to deal with. Looks like we're going to have a change in ball.
The Convent team is inbound in the ball, Gavin. They're down by 2 points right now.
I know it's basketball, Yannick, but these are athletes that we're talking about. And when you look at Lamaya Ford, for example, you know, we just give her all the accolades, all the praises for the sports that she participates in. But it's been a rough week for Lamaya Ford being in the news, being the center of discussion as it relates to the DFA's Women's Footballer of the Year.
Well, that has been a topic for discussion for the whole entire week, Gavin. And then, but you see, Nilimaya is a girl that she's able to balance these things, and they also have to put into consideration the CXCs as well. So school is academics is something that they also have to balance as well, with all the sporting controversies and all the sporting challenges.
It looks like she's handled it well so far. I mean, saw her in the semi-finals earlier this week, leading her school into the finals.
I'm very proud of her so far. She doesn't seem to let any of that affect her. She's currently just focusing on playing her best game, and so far so good.
So, Yannick, I'm sure that she'll be one, you know, for the future, for not just for basketball in terms of the school's program, but also maybe the DAB as well. Probably have an eye on her, maybe assisting to get her out to some sort of scholarship or something along those sorts.
I think really and truly the main issue with Limaya is she picking a spot. The time is coming where she might have to specialize in terms of what she wants to do. She's a top talent in football, top talent in netball, and top talent in basketball. So at the end of the day, Limaya is one of the most fortunate athletes, but she might have to pick one. So we'll have to wait and see which she prefers and where she goes with that.
All right, so we're going to have the first time out of the afternoon. Dunstan Maggie Peters not happy at all with what he's seen. That's the Convent High School coach.
Well, they only scored 2 points so far, Gavin, so I guess they're on a little pressure, but you expect that. The team, this is their first finals. They have a lot of nerves on to deal with. But let's see, give them a little time. Let's see how they adjust to the playing with the pressure. Back to the basketball action, Gavin.
Yes, Coach Maggie having a quick word with his players. Let's see if they can make the tactical adjustments. The full court press, the man-to-man defense really has Pottsville Secondary School, or Convent High School, sorry, under some pressure early on.
Well, so far it's a defensive game. Both teams are actually struggling to score. I'm not sure if it's the environment. They used to play in the Massac indoor facility, but today we're at the forecourt at the beautiful Windsor Park Stadium.
Looking for options. And like you said, Yannick, they seem to be crowded surrounding the ball. Not much space. And it's making the defense even easier for Portsmouth.
I definitely think the experience of the Portsmouth girls are starting to shine out, and the cream might rise to the top, Gavin.
Yes, it looks like the Cinderella run for Convent High School might be under threat.
That's the second layer for Team Missy for today, and I'm expecting her to have a couple more like that, Gavin.
And you can see it again. And you can also see the netball instincts just creeping in a bit for the Convent High School team, where they're not too confident in bumping the ball.
They seem to be playing with a lot of nerves, to be honest with you. This is not how they have been playing for the entire league. So I can expect them to change, but later down in the game. So far, they're just not into their normal basketball actions.
But there was a attempt for Lamaya. I think she might have just gone out of bounds, or yes, out of bounds. I thought that it was probably going to signal a foul. Still early days here.
Portsmouth with the full court press now, Gavin. Oh, no. That's a push. Oh, out of bounds.
It looked like a lot of contact, but
the referee seemed to have not recognized that. Another steal by Portsmouth. Easy basket. Portsmouth is breaking away now, Gavin. The score is 8-2.
And apart from that, Yannick, it will also put the spirit of the Convent High School team to the test, because there's one thing to, go down early, a big deficit early in the game. It takes a lot of energy, to come back mentally and physically.
I'm hoping that the crowd can play a part into that, Gavin. If the crowd gets involved, maybe they can encourage the Convict girls. So, be composed, get back into the game. Hopefully we're not dealing with a blowout today.
This could be an opportunity. It's a 4-0 fast break.
Basket good.
And we can see
that's the young Dublin. That's a young Dublin girl. Convent who made that layup.
When you say Dublin, are you referring to Denver Dublin?
Correct, Gavin. Correct. That's his youngest daughter.
Yes. I want to say good afternoon to Denver Dublin. I know he's watching wherever he is.
He actually plays a part in the coaching for the Convent girls. Unfortunately, he's not here right now. He might come for the second half.
Yeah. I saw him at the semifinals. One of the strong supporters, like you said. But you're very familiar with Denver Dublin. I think we recall that one-on-one match you had with him.
The famous one-on-one, yes. And hopefully we can do another one just like that soon.
All right, so that's gone out.
So it'll be Portsmouth ball inbounding. The score is still 8-4 with 4 minutes left in the first quarter.
So Convent High School still within striking range, despite a bit of a sloppy start. So they won't be too disappointed if the scores remain somewhere in the region of that.
So far in the half-court sets, the PSS girls are struggling to score, Gavin.
Triple team there, and she's lost it. Lamaya does it and sprinting the other way.
Lamaya on the breakaway. Foul.
A lot of contact there.
That'll be 2 shots for Lamaya on the line. Speaking of Denver, Gavin, I see he has entered the stadium and he's working his way across to the bench for the Convent girls.
So he'll live a very long life, hopefully. We just mentioned his name and he's just appeared.
That's 2 free throws for Lamaya. Let's see if she can make them.
Very good on the execution there, Yannick.
Splash. She's actually one of the best free throw shooters we have. She's the one who usually takes the technical shots.
And you put the commentator's curse on her, Yannick.
Once again, Gavin, once again.
I think you have a little bit of discussion. The referees will just confirm if that ball grazed the rim. I don't think so, Yannick.
I don't think so as well. I'm not sure what is the discussion, but okay, that's correct. That's correct. Convent ball.
And once again, the full court press. But it'll be interesting, Yannick, to see if the PSS can maintain that sort of intensity throughout the entire game, because it's a very hot afternoon.
Oh, Lima with the nice ball handling, Gavin.
Convent High School will live with that, but that's the other part that they won't want to live with the second chance opportunities that Portsmouth seem to be getting.
Well, you know the saying, Gavin, rebounds wins championships. The team that will pull out the most rebounds tonight, well today, will definitely be in the favor of winning the game.
Yeah, when you look at it in terms of the offense, Convent won't mind the PSS shooting these jump shots, low percentage shots, but they'll probably want to do a lot better on the defensive rebound. As
another breakaway by Monique, but she misses the layup.
Block from behind. Could have a 3-second violation. No.
Convent ball.
Portsmouth will come away with another steal. Long ball forward.
Pass by Limaya. Easy basket. Pressure on Dublin once again.
And we can hear the coach, Dunstan Maggie Peters, encouraging Convent to spread the court.
They definitely have to find a way to score in the half court, Gavin. The Portsmouth defense is just...
We're going to have a substitution from both teams.
Well, the Portsmouth bench is deeper. They're more experienced. Subs are going to play a big part today with that weather we're dealing with. The girls are definitely going to feel it. The sun is blazing right now, so the team that can have the best subs will play a big part tonight.
Another unforced turnover there for Convent High School. Turnovers are piling up. Lamaya Ford just beating that quick press. Man-to-man defense. Step back free.
Just missed.
Had that gone in, I'm sure even Steph Curry would have been very proud. I think that's a traveling violation.
Traveling.
Yes.
Convent is playing some good defense. We must commend them for that. But they will have to find a way to score on the other end of the court, Gavin.
Well, it's 11-4 in favor of the Portsmouth Secondary School as they're going in search of their fifth.
Oh, that's a nice move by Denisha. That'll give her 2 free throws.
Looking to make it 5 straight, Yannick. That's our Portsmouth Secondary School.
I think Denisha has something to say about it at the end of the day, Gavin. If Convent wants to upset the Portsmouth girls, Denisha has to play a big part. She has been the leader of the team throughout the season, but they're depending on her today. So she has to find a way to score and still play good defense.
Converts on the first free throw. And you said rebounds win matches, but free throws also win matches as well.
That's for sure, Gavin. That's for sure.
Misses on the second. But Convent High School able to get the
rebound.
The rebound.
That's a jump ball. That's a jump ball.
So what do you find, Yannick, with the baskets being so difficult to come by in the half-court setting? When you get these free opportunities to score off the line, you really have to make the most of it.
That's for sure, Gavin. But the teams, they're not screening. They have to play without the ball. The girls are just watching the ball pass, and they're not helping each other.
Ooh, that almost went in. Lamaya Ford literally took on 4 members of the Convent High School on that last play.
That's an amazing attempt by her, Gavin. Amazing attempt. Hopefully she can convert the free throws.
And the Portsmouth Secondary School are also in the bonus as well, so they'll be shooting 3 throws for the rest of the quarter. Each
we have about 1 minute, 20 seconds left on the clock.
So 11-5. Portsmouth Secondary School getting the most of the, or the better, I should say, of the first quarter so far. And that's a air ball that's way off. Lamaya Ford misses both, but once again, Portsmouth with the offensive rebound. And the player's gone down in the process as well. So heading to the line again is the Portsmouth Secondary School.
Big free throw by Limaya.
So just winding down the first quarter here at Windsor Park.
The full court press still for the Portsmouth is causing major issues for Convent.
Oh, that's a good defensive attempt there, the shot block.
That's a flick.
Portsmouth will come away with the defensive rebound.
Oh, that's a blow in the face.
Maya Ford gets in a... Looks like she's okay. She's smiling, laughing it off.
Two more free throws for her, Gavin. Let's see if she can convert them. Both teams are currently in bonus, so any foul will be 2 free throws.
Maya Ford looking to extend the lead. It's 12-5 in favor of the Portsmouth Secondary School.
Coach Douglas going with a smaller lineup to end the quarter, Gavin. Only 9 seconds left on the clock. Let's see if Convent can do anything with it.
Well, Maya misses another free throw, and from my count, I believe that's 4 in a row that she's missed. Misses the second as well, off the back iron. Doesn't look like Convent will be able to get a shot off.
Doesn't seem that they even know what the time is like.
We have a jump ball, and I believe we have 0.5 seconds left on the clock. So it's really not going to be much time for Convent High School to get a shot off.
There's not much you can do with that at all.
Well, Portsmouth, a few seconds left. I think we had our bearings wrong, Yannick. There's a chance, and is this a buzzer beater? No, that's over the backboard. So we just have a little bit of a malfunctioning scoreboard as it relates to the time. And it's a traveling violation. All right, so we do want to apologize for the benefit of the viewers who were under the impression that there were a few seconds to go. Apparently, there's a small bit of a malfunction with the display of the clock.
At the end of the quarter, they're going to change it, Gavin, so that should be a non-issue very soon.
So it's Lamaya Ford again to the line. 2 free throws.
You might all have to make the free throws, Gavin, because they're going to continue to follow unless she can make them.
Something seems to have happened. Let's see what the decision is. All right, so instructions there or the explanation, I should say, from Gary Benjamin. The foul happened before the inbound.
So that means that's an unsportsmanlike foul, Gavin. So 2 free throws and the ball back for the Portsmouth girls.
And we have to give credit to Gary Benjamin because he's one of the top officials on island in terms of knowing the rules and implementing the rules as well.
He continues to avail himself to these games, Gavin, and that's a great thing for local basketball, that we can have experienced referee come and referee the school games.
And he does it with a passion as well. So 13-7 is the score.
With 19 seconds left in the game, Gavin. In the
quarter, yes.
Sorry, in the quarter. The first quarter. That's a big steal by Convent girls.
And Portsmouth have gotten it back. And they're heading the other way.
Timisha with the ball. Passes it for Nisha. Nisha for the free. Just misses.
And that's time. So end of the first quarter. It's 13-7 in favor of the Portsmouth Secondary School. And we'll be back in a little bit.
We're back for the start of the second quarter. Convent leading. Convent down by 7 points, Gavin.
Scores are now 13-7 at the start of the second quarter.
Portsmouth starting the game off, the quarter of the second quarter. Oh, turnover by Portsmouth, Convent ball. Portsmouth continuing with the full court press, causing major issues for the Convent girls. Big steal by Portsmouth, Limaya again. Big basket for the Portsmouth girls. Extending their lead to 15-7. You can see more fans trickle in. We're expecting a much bigger crowd for the boys' game a little later today. Seems the Convent girls are doing a press defense as well. So both teams are pressing, both teams are playing full court press. Let's see how that can impact the game. They might have the ball, looking to penetrate.
And we can see the Convent High School has hounded Lamaya Ford, but does well to find the open teammate. Unable to convert. So, Yannick, the Lamaya Ford is doing quite well in terms of creating opportunities for teammates. It's just that they're not capitalizing on them.
Unfortunately, but she'll have to find a way for herself to find some baskets because they need points right now. Yes, they have the lead, but the Convent girls can come back at any moment. Nimaya is taking a beating in the game so far. They're fouling her consistently. She'll have to be able to weather that beating and try and convert some of the free throws.
That's the second foul on number 5, Green.
And you can see that she's looking like the fouls are probably starting to take a toll as well on her. She's just starting to slow down a little bit, Yannick.
You expect that, Gavin.
Yeah.
She's out in the sun as well. The weather is playing her part. That's where the subs are going to be very important in this game. The scores remain 15-7 in favor of Portsmouth.
So 15-7. So Portsmouth still comfortable.
Well, the Convent girls are not making much of their basket so far. Oh, that's a nice move by Linisha, but blocked by Nisha.
That's a lovely rejection that was.
Linisha is one of the most physical players we have. She has a lot of emotion, and that's one of her issues. Sometimes she gets too overexcited, Gavin. But at the end of the day, we need that energy. Portsmouth needs that energy for them to win.
So Convent doing their best in terms of trying to keep the ball out of Lamaya Ford's hands and forcing the other students from the PSS to beat them.
Limaya seems to be a bit tired, Gavin. I'm sure all the fouls are taking their toll on her.
Jumper there misses as well. But another second chance opportunity. So PSS clearly winning the rebounding battle.
They're taller, Gavin. They're bigger and they're more mature. There are some seasoned girls who have been for a lot of wars before. The convent girls, this is their first finals. So they're not experienced. They don't know what it takes to win a championship as yet.
Oh, misses widely, but that's a chance. Ooh, doesn't make the most of it again. Lamaya now on the fast break.
They might have the breakaway. Oh, step back shot doesn't go down, Gavin.
That's something that seems to, found its way in modern basketball, Yannick, this whole step back. But, as a traditionalist, as an old school player, I've always been taught that you have a higher percentage shot if you step forward.
The impact of Stephen Curry on the game of basketball, Gavin. We all watch it on TV and we try and replicate it in our everyday lifestyle.
But does that necessarily make it the best? As Dublin and Lamaya Ford getting a bit physical there with the jump ball.
Limaya is not one to back down though, Gavin. You see her with a small size, but she's very aggressive. She's very physical.
Loose ball again, but still going to be for Portsmouth.
Portsmouth is playing a very careless game. There are a lot of turnovers as well. So far, it's a defensive game. The defense is shining today.
So the referee's just trying to do some housekeeping there. Too many coaches for the Convent High School. We have the likes of Dublin and Charles and Maggie. We still have some parents as well.
All of them are standing at the same time, Gavin. There's only supposed to be one person standing at a time. So I guess the referees are just asking them to, relax.
And you can see the coordinator, Yudi John, trying to enforce the rules.
Portsmouth with the ball again, Gavin.
That one's gone out. It's another turnover. So
Limaya is getting double team, so the other players on her team have to find a way to step up and try and score the ball as well. It's not going to be easy for Limaya to get the ball, so they have to step up and try to make something happen out of the offense.
yeah, but it seems to be easier said than done.
Turnover for Convent once again.
And it's back to Lamaya.
Limaya for a drive. Basket, Gavin.
Yeah, doing quite well. Going the opposite direction of that double team.
That's a double-digit lead for the Portsmouth girls now.
And you can also see the body language for the Convent High School just starting to break down. It's another foul, and
Timisha.
we'll head to the line for two more.
The Convent girls have to try their best to stay motivated. The game is not done yet. It's just the second quarter. Basketball continues to be a game of runs. So it doesn't take much for them to get back into this game, Gavin. But at the end of the day, they have to find a way to convert on their offensive possessions.
Another rebound.
A rebound once again for the Portsmouth girls.
And another foul. Convent might be in danger of running out of players at the rate that they're committing these fouls, Yannick.
It's just the second quarter, Gavin. So if they continue like that, definitely some of them will be falling out of the game. Nisha with another free attempt. She finally makes it. Bang!
Well, that one looked beautiful from the moment it left her hands. Nothing but the bottom of the net. And the lead has now gone up 20-7.
13-point lead just in the second quarter.
And we could have an 8-second violation. And we do have an 8-second violation. So that full court press from Portsmouth Secondary School has been very relentless this afternoon.
It's stifling, Gavin. It's stifling. Time out by the Convent team.
I'm not sure what more Dunstan Maggie Peters can do. 13-point deficit. And you can just look at the body language of the Convent High School students. Their shoulders are down.
They'll have to find a way to motivate them, Gavin. The game is not done yet, but if they continue like that, it's going to be a long day.
And you made a good point earlier on, Yannick, in terms of the 12th man, or that should be the 6th man for the Convent High School. Their students, I'm not too sure if they're focusing on the game. They've been very silent.
That's the issue. I think someone needs to go in the crowd and, get them to start getting the game, give the game some life. They need some energy. The team needs some energy, and the Convent girls are there on the sideline, but they're not giving them the power.
So we've got about 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Still a lot of time.
Veteran coach Washway Douglas from Portsmouth. You can see him on the sideline just giving his team matching orders. And they good pass. Big steal by Denicia.
One referee is signaling a foul. I'm not sure what the other referees go to signal, but let's see what happens as they have the little conference. So it's a foul against the Portsmouth Secondary School. A side ball for the Convent High School.
I don't think the Portsmouth girls have an issue with that. They just slow down the fast break so that now they can set up for their half-court defense. Double team works once again for Portsmouth. Tamisha on the fast break.
Pops it back to Lamaya Ford for
the
three.
free.
Ooh, almost got that one in. Convent High School coming the other way.
Good drive. Big shot by Delicia. She'll now have to convert the 2 free throws on the line. Her team being down by 13 points. They need them.
Another free throw. We'll have another substitution.
Portsmouth seems to be making a lot more subs than the Convent team. They having the deeper bench will definitely have an impact as the game goes on.
So Lamaya Ford.
Last year's MVP, Lamaya Ford, Gavin.
Trying to get some space. But it's good to see how the defense for the Convent High School just rotates from side to side.
For the tournament, they have been one of the best defensive teams, Gavin. I must say the coach has gotten them to play some of the great defense. Big
Ooh,
block by
rejected.
Nisha.
That was a big person's block. I was about to say big man, but it's ladies, so big person block.
She has that ability, Gavin. She has that. She definitely has that ability. Convent is searching for a basket.
With the jumper. And let's see. Portsmouth ball. Convent ball.
Convent ball still. It still remains at Convent side.
Another jump shot.
Misses. But Convent seems to be getting all the rebounds.
Portsmouth just a little bit guilty of not boxing out.
Jump ball.
Quick reminder, the second game finals of the boys championships, Isaiah Thomas Secondary School led by Meshach Debuli coming up against the Dominica State College. Who's your money on, Yannick?
Well, so far, Gavin, I can tell you it's going to be a game where you have one star. So, well, you can even say a superstar versus a team where they have a number of players who are adequately have the ability to play basketball, but maybe that one star can lead the way. I will go with the team, Gavin. I'm a team guy. I'll go with the team. So, DSC for the win.
I believe that's going to be a foul again, yes. Good point, Yannick, that you made about a team versus a superstar. And another thing that could influence this game as well is Meshach has played a few games this week as well.
Well, Meshach has taken a beating. I can tell you that. The semi-finals game, and he has had two semi-finals games, in fact, winning one and losing the other one. So let's see what he can do for the rest.
So how much energy does he have in the tank? Can he lead the ITSS to victory? Crowded is Lamaya forward, but big shot.
Lamaya continues to make some of the difficult shots today.
That's going to be Portsmouth ball. Just over 4 minutes left in the first half.
The Convent girls continue to struggle on offense, only scoring 1 point with 6 minutes already gone in the second quarter, Gavin.
Well, Amaya was double teamed, but she somehow found a way to break the press.
They might have the ability to jailbreak, Gavin, all day.
And that should be, though. I thought it was going to be jump ball.
Pressure.
That was a very high dribble, Yannick.
It looks a little suspect, I must say. Oh, the big shot by Monique.
So 2 more to the total for Convent, but they need some more.
They need a lot of that, Gavin, if they want to get back into this game. Big defense. That's a good steal. Monique with the ball, passes it.
A lot of contact, and the player just turned her back on the ball.
She seems to be losing her focus, Gavin. She's looking at the bench. What's going on?
Looked like she is calling for a sub, so maybe you might have had some sort of niggle, but you don't really want to turn your back on the ball.
She seems to be a bit fatigued, Gavin. Big steal by the Initial on Convent side.
So Convent getting the second chance opportunities, but we have another foul on the court. These fouls are sort of delaying the first half. We saw sort of free flow in the first quarter.
There's been a defensive game so far.
We have another stop again. So the foul against number 15 of the PSS.
That's back-to-back fouls for PSS.
And they're now in the bonus, Convent High School.
That's the third foul on number 15.
Doubling on the line, Gavin. She has to try and convert her both free throws.
22-10, so it's just a 12-point lead. I see just in terms of the numbers, but in the context of the game, that's still a very big lead.
Definitely, the way Convent is trying to score, they've been struggling the entire game so far. Misses both free throws.
That one didn't hit the rim, so that's a violation. Will be Portsmouth ball. We can see what Convent are doing with Lamaya Ford.
Good basket by PSS.
But it is good that PSS were able to break it. But Yannick, if you just have a quick look, I don't know if the camera can maybe pick it up the next time the PSS has the ball. There seems to be a double team on Lamaya Ford, regardless of where she is on the court.
Double team, yes, Gavin, but the coach, Douglas, knowing what to do with when they double team in their star. Spread the court and get the ball to the other end of the floor.
So you can just have a look at it there. You can see a double team. And the Convent will come away with it. So that's a good defensive strategy.
Defense is working for Convent, but they're just not having the ability to score, Gavin.
But it also means now that with two players on the Maya Ford, it means that another player is free somewhere, or possibly two could be free somewhere. So it's Portsmouth to rotate the ball. But they just can't seem to do that as well either.
Convent, Monique with the break. She misses an easy basket, Gavin.
And that's gone out. Yannick, if this were the NBA, this sort of defense would be illegal though. Double teaming a player without the basketball.
Definitely, Gavin. Seems that a player on the Convent side, something has gone in her eye. She's currently leaving to get it washed.
So under 2 minutes to go in the first half.
Limaya with the ball again. Limaya getting triple team, Gavin.
And she's going to earn a trip to the charity strike for 2 free throws.
Two shots for her, Gavin. 2 shots.
Both teams and bonus.
Limaya has not been able to convert much of her free throws. Let's see if she'll be able to make these 2.
Third foul on Miss Nalia George, number 3 of the Convent High School.
Maya Ford misses.
This is some of the worst free throws shooting I've seen Limaya take in a long time. Rebound by Limaya once again. The free Limaya has missed the free throw, got the rebound and made the layup. Dublin with the ball.
Good swarming defense
Double
from the
team.
PSS. And they'll get-
Timisha with the steal once again. That must be Team PSS 7 still for the day.
But guilty of the traveling though on the other end.
I think that's a suspect call, Gavin. I would leave her alone. I would not call that one.
Jumper there misses again.
Rebound by Portsmouth.
Portsmouth coming away, pushing into the final minute of the first half.
Out of bounds, Portsmouth ball. 55 seconds left on the clock. Let's see what Portsmouth can do with it. Easy pass in the center. Basket by Portsmouth. That was too easy, Gavin. Still by limit. Oh, out of bounds.
Just getting a little bit sloppy, I guess, as the players are looking forward to the halftime break. Convent are making too much changes.
Portsmouth needs to find a way to get some easy baskets. Everything is too difficult for them. Monique with the break. Nothing getting for Monique. Nice defensive stop by Limaya Ford. She's playing offense and defense. Fall on Limaya, Gavin. That's shooting 2 for Convent. So they're going to give Limaya a break to end the quarter. Give her extra 27 seconds to start the second half. She needs it. The weather is not easy out there.
Yeah, and the way this game has been played, the 27 seconds could maybe take 2 minutes to go.
Definitely.
With the number of fouls that we've seen and stoppages in the game.
Stifling defense, Gavin.
Portsmouth.
Foul by Convent. That's 2 shots for Portsmouth once again. Seven seconds left in the game. The score is 26-10.
Scores are 28-10. 28-10 in favor of PSS.
Just winding down the first quarter, 7.7 seconds to go. Possession for Convent High School. That's a reaching foul and to be free throws again.
The game is coming down to free throws, Gavin. Which team can make the most?
The interesting note, Yannick, is that the first half took almost an hour.
It's been a slow-paced game. It has been a free-throw shooting contest as well.
Second foul on number 14.
And then this is also going to have an impact on the second final.
We might have to turn on the lights for the second game if this continues.
It's already 4:30 in Dominica and the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. This is DVS Radio, live here for the finals of the secondary schools girls basketball competition. End of the first half, and it's the Portsmouth Secondary School, the four-time champions, 28, Convent High School, 11. Interesting first half, dominated by the PSS. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with the second half action very soon.
And we're starting off the second half. The Convent girls continue to struggle on offense, Gavin. Portsmouth taking their time to bring the ball down. They're in no rush. Big rebound for Portsmouth.
That's a foul, so we're going to have the first free throws of the third quarter.
Tamisha going to the line once again.
The pump fake.
Just misses the shot.
Looking to find Dublin, but loose ball.
Tamisha, what a play by her.
Good hustle from Portsmouth, and it's a fast break opportunity for them to settle for the jumper.
Big rebound and one by Portsmouth. Strong play by the girl from Portsmouth, number 13.
Well, the next few minutes will be very crucial, Yannick. Could determine the fate of this championship.
Convent needs to make a run. At the end of the day, they need to make a run. They need to start now. They can't wait any longer.
If Portsmouth has a lead of over 15 headed into the fourth quarter, well, it's going to be very difficult for Convent High School. And you just see a little lapse in concentration there. Backcourt violation. Players having a little giggle.
The coaching staff for Convent doesn't seem to be much amused by that, Gavin.
No, well, it's still good to see that the players who are the students, still not really getting, too pressured over that little mistake.
Big move by Lemaya. It seems to be that they're considering making it. Two free throws for Limaya once again. She sinks the first one. She misses the second one. Convent gets the rebound. Tamisha for free. The scores are 31 Portsmouth, 11 Convent, 7 minutes left in the third quarter.
Well, that's a 20-point deficit for Convent High School. So
Monique with a fast break. Gavin, I've been very, very much impressed with Tamisha. She's been playing offense and defense. She has made a definite impact on the game so far.
Yeah, she's really been one of the star players this afternoon.
Tough rebound by the Convent girl. Lemaya on the break. Big move by Lemaya. Hard foul. Lemaya is taking a beating, Gavin, a definite beating tonight.
Yes, she's really taking a pounding, but she continues to shrug it off.
Doesn't seem to be affecting her.
I know of a very popular player who would have probably been rolling on the ground had that been him.
Definitely, definitely. But she's getting the calls, Gavin. That's a good thing. She's getting all the calls.
Yeah, I know that popular player is probably watching from Cancun. Is he?
That's how it is sometimes. You win some and you lose some.
Inside joke, ladies and gentlemen. If you know, you know. If you don't, you'll have to try to figure it out.
Playoff basketball.
And another foul, so... Actually, no.
Seems to be a traveling violation on the girl from Portsmouth.
Thought I saw some contact there, but... That's a tough screen, but good defensive challenge as well.
Portsmouth, oh, that's a pushing foul. That's a pushing foul on the Convent girl.
Game getting just a little physical. A bit surprised, Yannick, given that most of the girls are used to playing netball, so there's not so much contact in netball, but they have the license to do what they want in basketball.
Girls basketball is very physical, Gavin. Usually, what we usually say is that the most physical team is the one who is going to win the game. It reminds me of a story I tell my players all the time, that there are no princesses on the basketball court.
But that's a good one. And a 3-second violation spotted there by...
Someone seems to be camping in the key.
We have a substitution as well. So despite being up by 20, Portsmouth Secondary School, they're not letting down at all in terms of that full court press.
Ooh, that's a foul, Gavin. 2 free throws for the girl from Convent. Delicia is trying. She's trying her best to lead her girls, but she's just having a tough day tonight. Both free throws being missed by Convent. Dublin with the ball. Jump shot by Dublin. She makes it. Big shot by Dublin. Lemaya trying to get back in.
So she's double teamed at mid-court, but breaks that double team.
Great pass by Lemaya. Blown layup. Lemaya brings it back out. Good pass.
If her teammates were making these passes or their shots, Lemaya could maybe have 15, 16 assists by now.
Unfortunately, they'll be missing most of their shots, Gavin. That's sad. Dublin with the ball. That's a steal for Timisha once again. By my count, Timisha has about 10 steals today.
PSS is in bonus. Fourth ball and number 8 green.
Convent girls seem to be in foul trouble right now. A number of their players have 3 to 4 fouls.
Misses both free throws, so the ball will award it back to Convent High School.
Convent girls need to try and score the ball. They're not giving each other screens. They're not passing the ball good.
And in and out, but makes the second attempt.
Portsmouth seems to have relaxed on defense. Maybe showing some type of fatigue.
I think the heat is taking its toll because remember at the start I said Portsmouth had that high press or that full court press, and it would be interesting to see if they could keep it up for the whole afternoon.
It's definitely difficult to maintain that type of intensity, Gavin. The heat is difficult. I think Coach Douglas will have to call on his bench to come and impact the game once again.
Yeah, I can really tell you it's extremely hot, Yannick. I mean, we're under the tent, and we're still not spared from the brunt of the hot weather.
Lemaya with a nice move. Converts the floater, Gavin.
That was beautiful from Lemaya Ford. Got some space.
The double team works again for Portsmouth. Delicia is making it. We have two girls on the Portsmouth side who seems to be fatigued or out of the game right now.
That foul was on number 7, Green.
So we have some substitutions for Portsmouth Secondary.
Lemaya is finally making some of her free throws. That's good to see.
Makes his second as well. That was another good shot.
That's the Lemaya we know. Big block by Lemaya. She's playing offense and defense.
And that's a good individual matchup as well. The two standout players on both teams.
Fast break by Lemaya.
Okay. Lemaya can add 2 more points to a tally this afternoon. Clearly on the road to
Lemaya seems to have found another level, Gavin.
The scores are now 38-17. 38-17 in favor of the defending champions.
Full court pass by Lemaya. That's a foul again on Convent.
Misses the first attempt.
Nisha is more of a defensive player, Gavin, but if she can convert these free throws, they'll be good.
That's a violation. Air ball on the second.
Big steal by Lemaya and big basket.
Well, Lemaya's putting on a show in his third quarter. That's going to be over the back foul, loose ball foul.
That's 2 free throws for Convent.
So we have 6 seconds left in the third quarter. And it's the Portsmouth Secondary School with a 20-point advantage. Well on their way to securing their 5th straight Sports Division Secondary Schools under 20 netball championship. Oh, basketball championship, my apologies. And that's the end of the third. And after 3, it's 37-17. PSS on top. And then we'll be back with the 4th quarter action.
Favor of the Portsmouth Secondary School.
The 4th quarter starts off. Free attempt by Limaya. Jump ball.
Well, Portsmouth Secondary School that's looking to complete the formalities.
That's the 8th steal of the game for Limaya.
She's had a very big game. 21 points, 8 steals, 7 rebounds.
Working her way to a triple-double, Gavin. Tamisha still.
Kick ball there, yes. think we might have had an inadvertent whistle there. And Benjamin just consulting if his other official, Yawani Regis. And another
Big steal by
steal.
Limaya.
So that's 9.
Good pass. To miss. All the bongs, Convent ball. Well, the fourth quarter side, Gavin, if Convent wants to do anything, they'll have to try and make a run right now. They're down by 23, but the game is not done as yet.
Well, Yannick, I think the Convent High School supporters viewing us will probably enjoy your optimism. But I think this game is done and dusted. 23 points down in the fourth quarter. It's Foster Secondary School will be warming up the bus and getting their Kool-Aid.
That's a
buckets of
basket
Kool-Aid
by
ready.
Convent. Don't tell the Convent girls that as yet, Gavin. They seem to believe that they still have a chance. Limaya is taking her time, killing time. Nice move, crossover.
Well, the Maya Ford has really exploded in the second half, Yannick.
That's 23 points for her now, Gavin.
And to go along with 8 steals, 7 rebounds. And the interesting stat that I would love to see is how many assists as well. Regardless of whatever the Convent High School has thrown at Lamaya Ford,
That's traveling.
she's found a way to overcome it.
Limaya is the definition of being a resilient person, Gavin. She's been able to take the blows, take the hits, and keep on moving.
So just a reminder, the second game coming up, it's Isaiah Thomas Secondary School up against the Dominica State College in the finals of the boys division.
In the distance, I can see the DSC boys getting dressed. Nice rebound by Timisha. Good. Oh, turnover by Convent. The entire game, Convent seems to have been just a steps too slow.
Yeah, it's been a real challenge for them.
That's the lack of experience playing, Gavin. They seem to have not played with composure. Good block by Limaya. Limaya with the ball again. Foul.
The number of fouls that the Convent High School have committed, Yannick, I wonder if they, if at some point in time some players are not going to be fouling out.
That's the first one.
Well, right, as I've said that, she's fouled out, so that's number 3, picking up her 5th foul.
I think the referees need to be careful. I am seeing some of the fouls being a bit too excessive on Limaya. I think they have to be careful that she doesn't get injured.
Lamaya Ford again to the line, misses.
I mean, if Limaya was making her free throws, I think she would have 50 points by now.
In and out on the second, but Portsmouth gets the offensive rebound. Loose ball for Convent. They're still being swarmed by that PSS full court press.
Good defense by Timis, yeah. Mooney with the rebound for Convent.
So the score is 42-19. Portsmouth Secondary School.
4 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Cruise control, dominating this game from the get-go.
Scores are now 42 to 18. 42-18. 42-19, I'm corrected there by the scorer.
So Lamaya Ford.
Oh, she tried to pass it for turnover. Delicia with the basket. It's a 21-point lead now, Gavin. Seems there's nothing that Convent can do to get back into the game.
Well, 3 minutes to go, so Lamaya again for three. And a technical foul being issued on the bench of the Convent High School team.
I mean, this is maybe the fourth or fifth time that the referee is trying to talk to the bench of the Convent team and they're not listening.
Convent High School bench very passionate, but a bit over passionate there.
I think that was predominantly called on Mr. Denver Dublin. It was very animated, Gavin.
It's 5 o'clock in Dominica and the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. We'll be in for the long haul tonight. The boys' finals will surely head into the evening, so a chance for the viewers to make their way down to the Roseau. The boys' finals expected to be a very big game. State College up against the Isaiah Thomas Secondary School. So,
and the brilliant Mishak Dubule, Gavin.
So the residents of St. Joseph and Meru and Salisbury and environs, make your way down to the city. Come support the Isaiah Thomas Secondary School.
Portsmouth with the ball coming down. We might have another basket, Gavin. She's putting on a show.
Well, at this point in time, I think maybe the Portsmouth Secondary School should look to get Lamaya off the court and allow her to enjoy that championship.
If I'm correct, that's her last year in Portsmouth Secondary. So she'll be going out as a champion.
So under 2 minutes to go.
Dublin with another basket.
44-23. Minute and 40 seconds left in the game.
It's good to see that the Convent girls never give up. I mean, they were down by a lot of points and they're still fighting. They're still trying their best out there.
Maya thought about the three. She'll drive in. She's fouled again. Another missed free throw from Lamaya Ford, but despite that, she's had quite a spectacular game. I think maybe she's just starting to tire a bit.
That's expected, Gavin. She's been carrying the team for the whole day. If my math is correct, Maya has outscored the entire Convent team.
Miss Ford comes up with another steal.
Good pass by Limaya.
So into the final 20 seconds. And Portsmouth Secondary School still strongly defending.
The fat lady has finally sung, Gavin. The fat lady is singing.
Oh, well, she was singing all the time. You maybe just heard her. But Portsmouth Secondary School, as they dribble down the court.
Another championship for the Portsmouth Secondary School.
5 in a row for the PSS. And they defended their championship. They've retained their championship. And celebrations for the Portsmouth Secondary School.
At the end of the game, the scores are 44.
They've beaten the Convent High School 44 to 23. So let's see if we can get some reaction from both teams.
For each of the 5 titles that the Portsmouth Secondary School has now won consecutively. So congratulations to the Portsmouth
So let's see if we can get some reaction from both coaches. We will. Let's see if we can get some reaction from both coaches. We'll start off with the Portsmouth Secondary School, or that's the Convent High School, sorry, on the losing end this afternoon. Dancer Maggie Peters, well, tough afternoon for you, was it?
Yeah, man, well, really it was tough, but I'm really proud of the Convent girls because it's a long while Convent haven't had a team, more than 10 or how much years? I can't remember when last. So to make a team this year and then train for a couple of months and to reach to the finals, that in itself is historical. You know what I mean? So I have to commend them for that. You know what I mean? They come up against a team in Portsmouth that is 4 times champion with Washway Douglas doing a great job down there. And that just goes to show to the sports associations and them in basketball and all the other sports in them that all it takes is to have good coaches in the different schools and we can get the athletes and them that are willing. You understand me? So the Convent girls never had a team and just they check us, we put a team together, myself, Denver, Eggy and the teacher Miss Johnson, and we stood together with them and trained them and they reached all the way to the finals. Honestly, I expect them to win maybe 1 or 2 games. I honestly, as a coach, didn't expect them to reach the finals. So I'm very pleased.
Back to the game though, you had no answer for Lamaya Ford. I mean, she's a real special talent, not just in basketball, football, netball. Just think of it, name it, Lamaya Ford dominates. But how difficult was it, trying to contain her this afternoon?
Lamaya Ford has no reason to be in Dominica right now. She's graduating school. They need to organize her, give her a scholarship, get her to a top school. She has a lot of offers on her. Just get her to us, get her out, let her show that, bring the talent out there and develop that more because she's a phenomenal athlete. Respect to Lamaya Ford.
All right, thank you very much, Danson Maggie Peters, head coach of the Convent High School. Let's see if we can quickly get some reaction from the Portsmouth Secondary School as we head over to the Portsmouth Secondary School bench. And with us is the head coach of the PSS team, Washway Douglas. And Washway, congratulations on securing your 5th straight championship. Your thoughts on the game this afternoon?
Well, first of all, I want to congratulate Sports Division, and it was a rough year for them, so I like the work they did. Also, I want to thank the Convent High School. I mean, they were the first year releasing they start playing, and they came in good and strong. But I think their ambition was a little too high. You don't think so? Yeah, I mean, you can't come in there and interfere with five championships in a row. But we played well. Not the way I think we should have played, but good enough to win. We have people like Limaya that was her last year, so I wanted her to go home with a championship and look for higher things to come because she's one of the sports people I think that will do very well for Dominica. PSS, we have to continue fighting hard, and I think on a whole, hopefully good things will keep on happening.
All right, 5 championships washed away, but what makes this one special for you as the head coach?
Well, not so much about me. I'm just the coach, and we do before in the morning. We come in the morning before school, and we come in the afternoon. For instance, Ria was there this morning before school. Talifa was there yesterday morning before school. Limai was there yesterday morning before school. So we do before school, after school. And I hope that some children understand that winning championship is not just come in and play. You have to do a lot of practice, and hopefully we continue that tradition.
All right, 5 in a row. As you look to make it 6, you're going to be losing Lamaya Ford, who's graduating this year. But what do you think of your chances next season?
Well, next season we have to start working out from now. I think we have some players there that haven't really played, so we have to start working out from now. But I think if we work hard, we should be all right. You know, it's going to be tough. I will tell you that straight. It's going to be tough, and you know, I just hope that we can make it next year. But right now we have to enjoy the 5. You know, we can't get too carried away right now. And I will tell you also, I think in the next game with college, we have Nigel, George, Dinari, Kaylan. We have a number of guys that came from PSS, and hopefully they'll get to win a championship too. So I'll feel double happy today.
All right, thank you very much, Washford Douglas, head coach of the PSS team.
Okay, thanks a lot.
All right, so that brings us to the end of the interview segment. We're going to get set for the next finals. It's the ITSS up against the Portsmouth Secondary School. And that's already the ITSS versus the Dominica State College. And we will be back with that game in a little bit.